The thing that I want you to remember, the thing that I want you to take to heart is that pressure doesn't mean you're failing. It means that something needs attention. Pressure shows up in your system like a check engine light. So erection issues, check engine light. Ejaculation challenge, check engine light. Sudden loss of libido, lack of confidence, emotional shutdown, over-reliance on porn, check engine lights. And when the check engine light comes on, you don't trash the whole car, right? You look under the hood. Well, same thing here. When your body throws up a warning light, you don't have to jump straight to I'm broken. You just need a diagnostic tool, a map, so to speak, so that you know where to start. So here's the map. As a coach, I think of your sex life like a system of engines. When one engine has friction, the whole system feels it. So let me introduce to you the 6 key engines that make up your whole sexuality. The physical engine. This is blood flow and hormones. This is sleep and health and all of the arousal mechanics. Your mental engine. These are your thoughts, your attention, your focus, your mindset. The emotional engine. This is stress, shame, resentment, safety, grief, feeling wanted and desired. The relational engine. This includes trust, communication, repair, rejection sensitivity, polarity, and play. And your spiritual engine. This includes meaning, coherence, identity, sex that connects you to something bigger than yourself. And finally, the cultural engine. This includes the rules of the road. That's masculinity. That is the kind of conditioning that you grew up within. That is the expectations you got from porn, things you absorbed from jokes and from your culture. This is what you think you're supposed to be. Now, this is what it looks like to treat men like people. A whole system, not just any one part. And this is important because these engines don't take turns. They all run at the same time. That's why you can be physically capable, but mentally hijacked. Or you can be mentally present, but emotionally shut down. Or you can be emotionally open, but spiritually misaligned. So when the check engine light goes off and erections or ejaculation goes sideways, let's not call that dysfunction. That is a system that is doing exactly what it is designed to do. It is reflecting the conditions that it is operating under in order to get your attention. To really understand how these engines work, I think it helps to see what happens when they fall out of balance. So let me quickly share with you some real examples that I hope will help you to orient to this system before we go any deeper. The physical engine. A lot of men assume that the story begins and ends here. Let's consider one of my clients who dealt with inconsistent erections. Those ended up being the result of his hormones being entirely out of whack. This can very much be the result of something off in the physical engine. Here, pressure looks like trying to make or force your body to behave. Pressure looks like demanding reliability while your nervous system is bracing for disappointment. Power looks like having all of the information about what's really going on inside. It looks like being able to trust in the system. It looks like your body responding naturally. Let me give you an example from the mental engine. Another client of mine was dealing with what he called random shutdowns. He could get aroused alone, but not consistently with a partner. He assumed that something was off in his desire for her. In reality, his mind never turned off. This was a case of a mental engine breakdown. In the mental engine, pressure looks like having sex, but watching it from above, tracking your performance, treating intimacy like a project that you could fail. Power, on the other hand, is attention. It is presence. Power is your mind serving you, not you supervising it. Let's talk about the emotional engine. I worked with a man experiencing delayed ejaculation who had spent years trying physical techniques and supplements and strategies, and nothing worked until we uncovered that he was carrying around a bunch of resentment towards his wife that he had never really processed because he believed that good men just didn't feel that way. His body responded by withholding orgasm, just the same way that he was withholding his emotions. That was an emotional engine breakdown. Pressure here is swallowing what you feel and expecting your body to stay open anyway. Pressure is using sex to escape emotion and then being shocked when your body just doesn't cooperate. Power is emotional integrity. Power is your body no longer needing to tell the truth for you because you can do it for yourself. Now, the relational engine. Sex is not an individual act. It is a relational event. And when the relational engine has friction, sex starts to feel loaded. One of my couple clients came to me saying that they love each other, but that sex feels flat. Through coaching, we found a lot of pressure in their bedroom. Initiation was stale and it felt fraught. Rejection felt catastrophic. Neither partner felt relaxed or curious anymore. Relational engine breakdown. Pressure is when every no feels like a verdict. Pressure is when initiation feels like a risk instead of an invitation. Power is the ability to repair. Power is safety. Power is the return of play and pleasure, connection, and curiosity. Let's talk about the spiritual engine. This one isn't about religion, okay? It is about meaning and coherence, by which I mean your mind and body and spirit are all aligned. Now, I have worked with plenty of men who were on paper having great sex, but felt empty afterward because the sex they were having didn't reflect who they actually were or what they valued. Once you address breakdowns in the spiritual engine, sex becomes connective instead of depleting. Pressure here is when sex becomes disconnected from your identity, when your body participates but your higher self doesn't. Power is coherence. Power is sex that actually feeds you because it reflects who you are, not who you are trying to be. And finally, the cultural engine. This engine is subtle but powerful because it's running in the background, shaping what men think they're allowed to be. I worked with a younger client who felt constant anxiety around sex. Like most of us, he grew up with conflicting cultural messages that men should be dominant, sex should be effortless, and he should be always ready. But he should also be emotionally attuned, respectful, and non-threatening. He felt that he was failing at all of that simultaneously. It was his cultural engine, creating friction that he didn't even know that he was carrying. Pressure here is trying to satisfy all expectations at the same time. Pressure is masculinity as performance, whereas power here is discernment. Power is choosing your values over your conditioning, so your sexuality reflects your inner and outer truth. Power here is masculinity as presence. Here's what all of these men had in common. None of them needed to be fixed. All of them just needed clarity. When one engine is out of balance, the system compensates. And when multiple engines are compromised, sex can become strained, unreliable, or joyless. But when you identify which engine has a breakdown and you address it directly, the system recenters. And when it recenters, sex stops feeling like work and starts feeling natural again. No force, no shame, no trial and error, just information that leads to understanding. And this is where pressure to power comes in. Because once you can see the pressure and understand where it's coming from, you can do more than just make it go away. You can transform it. Pressure is when sex becomes a test, when your body becomes a scoreboard, when presence disappears and performance takes over. Power is steadiness. Power is choice. Power is being in your body without supervising it.